The following is a presentation of Muddy River News.
Your financial needs aren't independent of each other, so your financial advisors shouldn't be either. At Mercantile Bank, our experienced United Wealth professionals are united to serve you and your complete financial planning and wealth management needs. Are you just starting your investment journey or need to roll over a retirement plan? Do you need to plan for a loved one with special needs or for your own life after work? Maybe your business needs a succession plan or you want to enhance your employee benefit programs. Whatever steps you need to take, our United Wealth experts are ready to take them with you. Together, we are united.
Hi, this is Shottenkirk with Muddy River News. Welcome to the Business Spotlight, brought to you by Mercantile Bank. We're joined by a couple of guys from Shottenkirk. We have Scott Stewart, the general manager at Shottenkirk Toyota, and Aaron Peters, the sales manager of Shottenkirk Toyota. So I think what a lot of people understand, there's a couple of Shottenkirks here in town, right?
Yes.
But just how big is Shottenkirk overall?
Yeah, so we're 26 stores.
That's amazing. Yeah,
wow.
wow.
All
Okay.
over and it's all over the nation. We have a big market in Texas, Georgia, California, and then kind of the backbone is where it all started was around this area. So Fort Madison, Burlington, Quincy.
So is it a corporate environment then? You know, like, are they pushing down everything to you guys? You have to do it the Shottenkirk way, or is there some hometown feel to what you guys could do?
Definitely hometown feel. So they've changed it a little bit with kind of there is obviously a corporate, but if anybody's ever known Greg, I mean, he is a
Greg Shottenkirk.
Yeah, he's a great guy, great down to earth, and still wants to have that feel, and he definitely still has that feel. So
Okay. Where's he out of? He's out of Quincy guy, is he?
he is Fort Madison.
Fort Madison, okay.
Madison,
And he's
yeah.
still based out of there. Is
Yep.
that where the corporate headquarters is then?
Burlington, West Burlington is where kind of our corporate is, but then they're slowly moving a lot of that to Texas just because they're huge markets.
Okay. Aaron, so aren't you competing against each other to a degree? I've always wondered about that. You got two stores here in town.
Yeah, that is kind of funny that we do have the two stores here in town. You got our Toyota store and then the Chevy Kia store. So both of them owned by Greg. Both, as we were kind of talking about earlier, both kind of independently ran. Both have different general managers. But, yeah, we always look at it. They're always our number one competition. So we always try to look at it and make sure that we're always trying to be on top, no doubt.
Yeah, but do you say, okay, you don't want to go to get a Kia. We've got
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, of course we
I'll
said
keep
it.
it real, yeah.
So you guys,
Lonnie. Shout out to Lonnie.
all right, the pandemic occurred, and nothing on your lots at that time, but it sounds like you guys did okay.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that really kind of helped, the Shottenkirk organization out, especially during the pandemic, whenever we were having, fewer new cars than what we're used to, is really making sure that we tried to stay full with used cars, and that's where I think we really flourished. Is you looked around a lot of different dealers' lots in town over the last couple of years, they were pretty bare, whereas both our lot and the Chevy Kia lot had a lot of inventory, so that really helped us gain a pretty big market share during that time.
And 2023 has been pretty good too.
Yeah, it's dipped a little bit, from the COVID times, and people think that, a lot of industries got hit really hard with COVID. The vehicle market did not, because of the influx of all the money that was coming in. I think everybody saw the fast food lines and they had that money to spend, so they came out and they spent it on vehicles, and our biggest thing was trying to get as much inventory to them as we possibly could.
What's surprising to me, though, as you drive around town, there doesn't seem to be anything on the lots, I guess, compared to like 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
Nationally, 2023 is good, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how are you guys handling that situation when there's nothing on the lot to sell?
Sure. So the timeline of how this really happened. So COVID came out March of 2020, I think, and a couple months maybe around there. But like a lot of other industries, they quit making stuff, and it was tough to get it back. It took 2 years to get it back, and for us, we knew that. People like to trade in, and that sweet spot is normally about 3 to 4 years. So we knew, like, the time right now was going to get affected when those new cars weren't around, and it's tough to get. That's why we always say, hey, we'll buy your vehicle, we'll give you top dollars for it, because even going to the auctions and things like that, if you go to the auction, something typically is wrong with that vehicle, or it didn't make it through someone's shop, because everybody can retail a car right now, just because there's not a whole lot of competition out there.
Aaron, what I'm hearing, there's a gap in its type of car that's available on the used market, and it's that lower end, maybe a car that a college kid would get that doesn't have the money. Is that true?
That's very true. Whenever I very first started back in 2012, it seemed like there was always a bunch of vehicles that were under, $10,000 and under. That was always a very sweet spot. It's something that, it seems like everybody can, kind of make that payment work, or everybody's got the cash in order to pay for something like that. So, and you look out there now, and it's very difficult to find, a solid vehicle that's under $10,000. We do have a couple of them, but you're right. You're missing that whole market of kind of that I want to say that more affordable, that cheaper market vehicle.
The kids with what we grew up with. So.
Exactly. And we still have a lot of people coming in looking for them, and they're harder and harder to find right now.
Just because of, is it the pandemic situation?
Well, no, not necessarily. So when you have interest rates that have gone up, and you've had vehicle prices that have gone up, so even like a $5,000 vehicle 5 years ago is now a $10,000 vehicle, right? Yep. It's just everything's kind of gone up. So when people come in and they have a budget, Ron, you have a budget, I have a budget, everybody has a budget, so when they come in and they say, hey, we want a $350 or $400 payment, there's really not a whole lot sometimes in that market. And that's one of the good things that we're able to look at is getting those vehicles in, trading for those vehicles, but they don't last long. That's the thing. Like, I know even you sometimes come out and you say, hey, where's some of this used car inventory, and it's just like we turn and burn it. We're still selling 100 used cars a month, so we just fly through it.
So is the industry at a point now where, as a consumer, I go to a lot, I tell you guys what you want, and then I leave, and then you wait and see if something shows up that I want, and then you call me? Is that what's going on now?
A little bit, or...
He's not going to let you talk.
I'm not going to.
I'll let him take this one, then I'm up again. Yeah, it's fine.
Or what happens, for instance, is you get on there and you shop, all right? So you start looking online, and then it's a lot more appointment-driven than it ever has been. So, before COVID, it was always like, hey, let's get the appointment. That way we can save you a bunch of time. Now... you're the one that's doing all the looking, and then you call us up and just it kind of goes this way. Hey, is this vehicle available? Yes, it's available. Okay, I'm going to be right in, because you found what you want and you've been looking. You
answered my question, and a question I had about it. Did the pandemic change the way people shop for cars?
100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
So is it just there's more, and I guess it's with anything, though. You can do more research online, and are you guys okay with that, I guess? I guess you have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're perfectly fine with it. And one of the big things that I was thinking about this morning before ever, showing up here is whenever I very first started, in 2012, 2013, Saturdays used to be just an absolute Super Bowl day. Like it would be nothing to sell 18 to 24 cars on a Saturday. And that was when people were still seemingly going out and kicking tires, and you had, just a lot of stuff out there to choose from. Whereas now it's not like we don't still have a lot to choose from, but, as Stu is kind of saying, you get a really nice, good, retail, clean, local trade, like that thing is going to be gone just like that, and you don't really have the time for it to just kind of sit there on your lot. And everything is so appointment-driven, and everything is already online, to where customers are online, I'm assuming, tenfold compared to what they were, a couple years ago. So everybody has a pretty good idea of what they're wanting and what they're looking for, usually before they even step on the lot.
Is it ever going to get back to the way it was, do you think, or is this I hate to say defeat, but is this what we're going to have from now on?
Yeah,
is the situation we're right now?
I would think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So no more inventory like we saw 15 years ago, where the lot is nothing but cars.
Well, unless the manufacturers start really pumping out the new, and then, but still, you look at that's going to be 4 or 5 years down the road when you look at the new car.
Is it still a parts situation though? You were talking about the electronics only being made overseas. Is that still the situation why they can't pump out as many as they had before?
I don't think as much as what it was.
Or are they just building to order more now?
They're building more to order, and for instance, I know Toyota, and they build 90% of their stuff over here in the U.S. They were working 7 days a week, 3 shifts. Now they have 1 shift, and it's 5 days a week. So it just kind of goes into a lot of it's labor. I mean, I think we all, with employees and labor, are dealing. Someone is dealing with it in every type of industry, and it's hit ours too.
All right. Something I've always wondered, when you have cars on the lot, do you own those cars, or are they owned by Toyota or Hyundai or whoever you happen to be selling?
Probably let Stu answer that
Yeah,
one.
so if it's a new car, as soon as we always say, as soon as that manufacturer goes over the curb, it is now ours.
It is your car.
So it's their job basically to build the cars and to sell them to us, and then it's our job then to sell them.
So with you having less inventory, that's probably a good thing for you on the bottom line, isn't it? I mean, it's hard. because as soon as you get them, you're selling them, right? Is what I'm understanding. I'm talking to everybody around town.
Yep.
Sure.
So that's probably a good thing for cash flow, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So you have an interest like on your lot that you pay, and when they move this fast, then you don't have all of that money sitting there in the lot.
So do you see in the future that car lots are going to start getting smaller and smaller? I mean, everybody's got the huge space now.
Yeah.
I don't really
I
see
mean,
anybody. I
it's-
don't see anybody downsizing or anything. Or I mean, I guess
Yeah. It's tough to tell on that one. Yep.
Aaron, are you seeing a specific type of car that people are wanting now? The higher end car seems to be more popular than it used to be.
Yes and no. I mean, I think an all-wheel drive SUV or sedan that is right around that $20,000 to low $20,000 range hits everybody's market. It's in the payment where everybody feels comfortable. We're in the Midwest, so a lot of people like all-wheel drive compared to front-wheel drive. Of course, as loaded out and as much equipment on that vehicle as you can get and be in everybody's price range, the better. But yeah, you see those good local trades, those all-wheel drive SUVs, $18,000 to $23,000. Those are the hot ticket. That's what everybody wants. And that's what you see. That's a lot of times really, really hard to get your hands on and see it move the fastest.
Do you guys do a lot of swapping between your 26 stores? Like I come in and say, I want this and this color. You go, guys, I don't have it now, but let me get on the horn and see if I can find it someplace else. Is there a lot of that going on now?
Yeah, within kind of the Midwest stores, we will once in a great while venture to Texas or Georgia, but you got to also think about the transportation costs that has to happen there.
Where has the hybrid / EV type of car, how's that affected you guys?
Hybrids, all of our consumers are super, super hot on hybrids. Toyota, we've only had one full EV, which is the BZX4, and we've had one of those, and we've sold that one. Toyota is really definitely channeling their efforts towards the hybrids rather than the full EVs. I don't think people in this area are ready for that, and also the infrastructure is really not here either. But whenever it comes to brand new Toyota hybrids, that is the hardest thing to get your hand on, and then you always get a solid hybrid vehicle back on trade that a lot of people love as well too. There's not that big of a cost difference between the hybrid to a regular gas, and you're going to get almost double the gas mileage. So it's a lot of times, why would you not?
Thanks for coming in, guys. Very interesting
Absolutely.
conversation.
Yeah.
Scott and Aaron with Shottenkirk Toyota. I'm Ron Kincher. This has been the Business Spotlight, brought to you by Mercantile Bank.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That was great, guys.
Appreciate it. Cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks.
Your financial needs aren't independent of each other, so your financial advisors shouldn't be either. At Mercantile Bank, our experienced United Wealth professionals are united to serve you and your complete financial planning and wealth management needs. Are you just starting your investment journey or need to roll over a retirement plan? Do you need to plan for a loved one with special needs or for your own life after work? Maybe your business needs a succession plan or you want to enhance your employee benefit programs. Whatever steps you need to take, our United Wealth experts are ready to take them with you. Together, we are united.
Muddy River News. Our home, our news.